I will be going through for this session our Eloqua integration. It is a native integration. It is a single direction integration. So I wanted to call that out right up front. This integration only has data flowing from Splash into Eloqua. So same concept here. We'll go through the overview slides, highlight the integration's main functionality, and then jump in and take a look at the recap and tie it all together. Before I dive in, just a quick lay of the land. So with our Eloqua integration, it is actually 3 unique integrations that you can piecemeal together to kind of create the best workflow for you. So the first integration is the campaign integration. The second is the contacts integration. And then the third is the custom data objects integration. And when I say kind of piecemeal it together, for whatever your needs are, you could always use one of those 3, 2 of those 3, or all 3 integrations and still have data flowing effectively. So with that, let's go ahead and jump in. For the first integration, the campaign integration, similar to some of our other integrations that have event level triggers, when an event is created in Splash, we have the ability to auto-create an Eloqua campaign. The difference here is with the Canvas template in Eloqua, that can be unique per event type. So again, I'll use the same example. If you're throwing a webinar or a happy hour and a large multi-day conference, that's going to be a vastly different canvas for your campaign in Eloqua. And we have the ability to create those canvases per event type. So again, you could create one campaign canvas that works for all of your events in Splash, great. Or you could create multiple that are tied to those event types to make sure you have the campaign created exactly as you need. The next component with our campaign integration is the naming convention. So again, you can use any combination of static and or dynamic text to build out that naming convention. Here what you see is potentially event type and title - start date - unique identifier. But really you can label that however you need. So in my instance, I label everything FM Splash events so I can easily find them, : event title - event date - event venue. Pretty straightforward here. The one call out is, like I mentioned, you need to start this process from Splash. You cannot tie an existing Eloqua campaign to a pre-created Splash event. You need to let Splash create the campaign. The next integration is the contacts integration. So we have the ability to create and update contacts in Eloqua. Again, whatever information you collect on the front end is mappable back to Eloqua, but not all of that information is forced to go back. So you have full control at the field level. The one thing we'll call out here is this integration uses email as our unique identifier and uses email as the lookup. So if you have multiple duplicates in Eloqua, we give you a few settings on what you want to work with: the most recently created, the first created, or the most recently modified contact. But if for whatever reason you need a lot more flexibility in terms of updating or the lookup conditions, anything like that, there is another method to write from Splash into Eloqua that gives you a lot more flexibility. You can use our webhooks every time somebody registers or gets invited to an event to ping an Eloqua form post, theoretically matching the same exact form that you would have in Splash. But on the Eloqua form, what you can do is say, all right, I want to do a lookup based on email, first name, and last name, and I want to update whatever these fields are. So it gives you that added layer of flexibility in terms of the lookup conditions, but if email is a good enough identifier for your workflow, highly encourage you to just use the out-of-the-box Splash contact integration because it is so simple to set up and so easy to authenticate once you have any of the other integrations live as well. And then one added call out, I mentioned all the fields on the front end form can be mapped. We also have the concept of hidden fields. So whether that's used for UTM parameters or any other unique identifiers, all hidden fields can map over pretty much the same way. They're just not displayed on the front end, but in the mapping configuration on the back end of Splash, you would map it like any other field. And for the sake of time, I'll keep things moving here, and we'll talk about our last component of the Eloqua integration, which is the custom data objects. I can potentially sit here and talk to you guys for 30 minutes just about CDOs and how flexible they are and what you can achieve. But I think I'll cover some high-level use cases here that I see most often. And then I'll encourage you, if this is an integration you want to take advantage of or an integration you want to learn more on, reach out to your account executive or reach out to your customer success manager, and we can set up a call with someone like myself or Ellie from the solutions team who can really dive into your workflow and get deeper. But with that being said, the CDO integration is probably the most popular out of the three when it comes to Eloqua because it allows for the most flexibility and the most reporting. What we see most often is clients set up a specific CDO per event type or per region, depending how the team is split up. And then so let's say you set it up for a webinar, then you can have all attendee data filter into this CDO anytime something happens, right? So Ellie at splashthat.com gets invited. Let's write her into the CDO. As soon as she clicks through and RSVPs and actually registers for the event, status update can get written into that CDO. And then fast forward to the day of the event, we check her in at the door or virtually, and that then makes another post to the CDO. So you really get a report of attendee life cycle. It's just a matter of how you want to segment that. So I mentioned by event type might be an option, by region might be an option, potentially by event date may be an option. But we're really flexible in terms of how many CDOs we can write to as well. So whether that's 1 or 5 CDO pings happening on an attendee action, that's fine. I would just encourage you to think through this process and think through the value of the CDOs and the reporting that you want to get. And from there, let's have a conversation. Let's dive a little deeper into this integration and make sure it will work for you. So with that being said, I'll jump into my recap here. Again, I want to walk you through kind of an average integrated customer, and then we'll take a look at some of the key benefits. So starting in the top left, we mentioned that everything has to start in Splash. So you'll start by creating an event in Splash, and that would trigger the campaign creation with the specific Canvas template tied to that event type. Again, note that if you weren't using the campaign integration, we can kind of just skip those steps altogether. But then as you start to promote your page and people start to register for your Splash page, 2 things can happen. The first, we can make the contact integration fire. So whether that's creating a new contact in your database or updating an existing one with this added information. But at the same time, if you leverage the CDO integration and you go take this dotted line down, as soon as somebody RSVPs, that can also trigger a post to that specific CDO with whatever fields you have mapped. Fast forward to the day of the event, you manage check-in again virtually or at the door. That can then make another ping to the same CDO or potentially a new CDO based on status changes and specifically attendee status changes. So you kind of see how I have this filtered in here because it can be so flexible. So again, take this with a grain of salt, average integrated customer workflow, but of course we can tweak it as needed for any custom scoping or custom workflow needs with Eloqua. That being said, let's jump into the recap and the upside of integrating. And again, you're going to see a lot of my repeat comments here. So automation. First, automation of the Eloqua campaign creation. Second, automation of the lead maintenance and creation. That's going to lead to your simplified collaboration across different teams, or even within your own team if it's a larger team. And that data can trickle down from Eloqua into any other integrated system to make that life easier. And then the ability to sync to CDOs. That's not extremely common with everyone's Eloqua integration. So it's something to call out. It does give you that added layer of flexibility in terms of how you want your data to work and what you want to do with your data in the back end. And then again, last but not least, compliance, opt-ins, and unsubscribes. Compliance is top of mind for Splash, and we want to make sure that we make it very easy for you to stay compliant with whatever workflow you choose, whether that's sending emails out of Eloqua, out of Splash, or out of both systems.